Hello guys and gals, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. Question of the day is comparison of owner-operator immigration pathway versus a startup visa. And sometimes applicants are coming in and asking us which one would be working better, which one we would recommend in a particular situation. So how to assess your chances, how to look at these opportunities, and how to understand which one should be playing better in your circumstances. Now let's look at the pros and cons of each one of them. I would try to simplify it for you for the sake of brevity and make sure that we would be able to stick it into this several minutes. By the way, if you're looking for us to assess your chances for successful immigration to Canada on multiple immigration pathways, including pilots, provincial programs, owner, operator, and business immigration streams, click on the link cictv.ca/go. One of our colleagues would be in contact with you, looking at your profile and helping you out to immigrate to Canada successfully. Now, let's start with the startup visa. An idea by itself is excellent, at least on a paper, right? You technically do not require to invest anything. You technically do not require to get any commitment from business incubators. And most of applicants, let's be honest, in here are looking at business incubators because, again, as I said, on the paper it looks to be very, very simple, right? So these business incubators, they should fall in love with your idea. And if the idea is absolutely wonderful, right, they should give you their nomination together with a properly prepared business plan. You are applying for the work permit. You're coming to Canada with this work permit. Your startup is supposed to be unveiling, and meanwhile your immigration application is lodged. That is how it works, and typically that's the way it will be working, except for one thing. Many applicants forget about this last step, right? How this immigration application will be processed. How long would it take for this application to be finalized, right? We hear about different stories of people whose immigration application was completed within a year and a half, but reality is that average processing time right now for this immigration application is longer than 2 years. And well, there is no reason, if you will, no stimuli for immigration officers to process it faster, because at the end of the day, you're already here, you got your work permit, you're working in your own startup. What else are you wishing for? And yeah, by the way, compliance reviews might actually take place as well. So immigration authorities may show up at any second, right, and ask you to verify and demonstrate that indeed your startup is working, right? I'm not saying that you would not be able to leave Canada. Yeah, of course you could be going in and out, of course you could be outside of Canada, but at the end of the day, right, your company, your startup should be operational all this time in order to comply. So that might be quite a daunting task for many applicants. And besides, by the way, right, we spoke about recent refusals, the number of refusals for startup visa applicants, because what happens in here, right, they entrust their preparation to a sort of third-party team working closely with one of the incubators. In other words, right, the team who would sort of take your file, help you to prepare it, help your file to fly, right? Find a business for you or find an idea for you, package it in a beautiful box, and at the end of the day, officers start to unveil this box, open it up, right, and tear it apart and scrutinize every single step of it, and it looks like the business plan is not viable, it looks like the business is not going to work, right? And applicants who already received their work permit end up nowhere because their immigration application is refused and they're sent back home. Well, of course, not everything is so green, but that was the downside of the program. When it comes to an owner-operator, the downside is that you have to be able to create your Express Entry profile, because at the end of the day, this owner-operator is just an add-on to Express Entry. So in other words, this program might not be working for applicants who have just a high school certificate and are not able to demonstrate a good command of English or French. When we're talking about good command, right, we're talking about at least IELTS 6, 6.5, so that you are at least able to create your Express Entry profile. You don't have a spouse who will be able to help you to boost your scores a little bit. And in these circumstances, if you're not able to get yourself in Express Entry, well, all your efforts might be going in vain. Well, luckily, it's easier to assess your chances in advance. Luckily, it's easier to run through a very, very simple simulation and see whether or not you would be getting enough points. But, right, that might be a difficulty, a challenge for a person, say 50 plus, right, who's not able to score enough points to get an Express Entry. Either way, And then, right, you may end up in a limbo where you have this business is running in Canada, but you're not able to transform it into your immigration anyhow. Yeah, there are other opportunities, there are other ways, there are still ways to pull this through, right, and help you out, but that's far beyond express entry and beyond owner operator. That's the drawback of it. When it comes to pros, well, if we're talking about startup visa, you could apply without formal education. Well, you have to have a high school, right? But everything else is quite volunteering, right? Your language test results requirements are quite minimum, so you do not necessarily, and this is probably the biggest pro in here, right? You do not have to have business experience. You do not necessarily have to have your previous managerial experience. You do not necessarily have to have bachelor's, master's degree, or a college degree. Whereas in owner operator, what you're putting on the table is not the amount of money, you're putting your experience here, right? You're proving to immigration authorities that, hey, I have a relevant experience. I want to come to operate the business. I want to create workplaces in this business. I want to generate taxable income for Canada, but it will all be possible when I have experience, right? And if I don't have any experience, if I'm just sitting on a pile of cash, right, most likely this owner operator is not for me. It's not gonna fly. It's not gonna work. I personally believe that right now, in terms of the processing time, owner operator is much faster and much easier. Say in the circumstances when you open your business in Canada, yes, you're getting yourself a work permit. You come, you work for a year in your company, you go through compliance reviews, and then you're applying for immigration. But if you purchase a business from the start, right, you're able to apply for immigration right away, and you don't have to wait for that year. So in this sense, owner operator might be better. I just want to be as objective as is possible, right, and unbiased as is possible when it comes down to comparing these two programs. They're quite structured, they're quite working well, right, and allow you a certain level of flexibility when it comes down to immigration. Is just that you have to understand which one to select based on your own circumstances. Well, of course, if you want us to look deeper into your own case, mostly welcome to see it on one-on-one consultation. We'll be glad to help you out. And do not forget that we're running master classes on immigration to Canada. They're absolutely free of charge, and I mostly welcome all of you to participate, join them free of charge, so that we're able to talk and answer your questions and address your concerns live. We do it on a regular basis and do it specifically for you. Don't forget to subscribe for the channel and stay safe.